How are you, viewers? Welcome again to our last session on chemical water treatment, and the topic is still water and irrigation. The subtopic is the one that is water and treatment. We have gone through the process, but again, we have gone through the process in bits. We want to make a link up all the way from the first session to the last session, so that we can see the original objective of treating water where they have been acquired. Remember, we said we treat water to remove pathogens. We treat water to remove sediments and particles. We treat water to remove chemicals, impurities. And we also treat water to make it safe for consumption. So I'm sure if we went through the process, we can identify the areas in which each one of these is taking place. So I hope viewers will agree with me that in the first stage of filtration, we have removed particles according to our original aim of removing sediments. In the removing sediments, you can see we have removed sediments with the screens or the sieves, the light particles from the river, the flowing water, we have removed them there. That is stage one. And if you've been very careful in following us, we have also removed chemical particles at our second filtration. That is our second filtration, stage 4. Stage 4. So in these two stages, sediments and particles have been removed. Now we say that we also carry out treatment to remove chemical impurities. In fact, coincidentally, where we have written, you can see this stage, and this is the second stage. In stage 2, we are adding soda to soften, to remove the magnesium sulfate, to soften this water after adding the soda or the sodium bicarbonate. So we have fulfilled the second stage. We also add iron, aluminium sulfate, which coagulate or join particles together. They become heavy and they settle on this tank. This is called the sedimentation tank. So the heavy particles usually settle here because the chemical that was added here is still flows into this water. In fact, even the sondage that was added there flows into this tank. So the softening still continues in the sedimentation tank. I believe that one again has removed the chemicals. We also talked about removal. We talked about removal of bad tastes and smells. If you look at the sedimentation tank, and that is stage 3, in the stage 3 of sedimentation tank, we already left that tank open to allow fresh air to circulate in that water. And when fresh air circulates in that water, as shown here by these two arrows, it therefore means that the water becomes fresh and we remove the smell. Now, in the last stage, in the stage of chlorination, we talked about removal of pathogens. Removal of pathogens. And pathogens, we have said these are disease-causing microorganisms. These will cause diseases in both animals and human, as we have mentioned earlier. At some stages, they are removed. You can see we store this water for 36 hours in the sedimentation tank, and we have managed to remove biohazard worm. Biohazard worm dries in water and causes biohazard. It's a worm we call free worm. If you look at the stage 5, we have added, in stage 5, we have added chlorine, small doses of chlorine. And that process is what we call the chlorination stage. And the water that comes out is chlorinated. That means that the others, apart from bilharzia, we have the removal of others like typhoid. That is typhoid causing pathogens. We also remove cholera causing pathogens. Amoeba, among others. So you find that in this stage 5, we have already fulfilled the removal of pathogens. And from there, we have stored our water safely, and our consumers have gotten clean water for consumption. So, viewers, once again, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. Try to go through that process. Try to construct a simple project on water treatment using readily available and locally available materials like tins. We can use bottles. We can also use straws, and I'm sure we'll be able to demonstrate that one. Thank you very much for listening to us. God bless you. Bye-bye.